Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. This is God in the Grass. So today I'm just going to be talking about the reasons why I came to medical cannabis, and in the future we'll go into what it's done for me. I've been taking medical cannabis for 1 year now. I'm at a place where I'm comfortable enough to talk about everything that it's done for me and the positives and also the negatives. But today it's just about what had led me to the decision to seek out medical cannabis. Medical cannabis was legalized in the UK in November of 2018 after an outcry from the public after a young child with epilepsy was suffering without the use of medical cannabis. And I didn't actually know the law had changed until roughly 2020, sometime before the pandemic. And I had only started taking the medication last year after the prices came down, and that'll be something we'll get into the future video. But the prices were too high when I first found out about it, and now it's at a place where I've been taking it for a year and I'm much more comfortable about talking about the positives of medical cannabis, but also some of the negatives. I'm going to do it in a constructive way on this channel. I'm going to look at some of the information and I'm going to try and be honest about those things. But today, like I say, I'm just going to talk about what caused me to seek out medical cannabis. So I've had mental health difficulties since as long as I can remember, but they got much worse in my adult years, in my early adult years. So I've been taking prescription medicine just through my GP, my doctor. He was giving me lots and lots of antidepressants. I've been on more than I can probably count on my hands, and it had just gotten to the point where none of what they could prescribe me would do anything of benefit to me. In fact, they were quite negative, some of the side effects. That being a feeling of numbness, a feeling of never-ending hunger. That's another thing that was also an issue when I was taking medical cannabis. So after many years of taking these antidepressants, I really wanted to try and get off them, but I needed something to replace them, and it needed to be something that was going to be a long-lasting change, something that was much healthier for my body and my mind. And medical cannabis is something that I had tried when I was younger, as most people do. I took that in university, and I would go home and I would start working on my university coursework. I would put some music on and I would notice that I'm not anxious. My mood is much better, and of course it's going to be. I was using it recreationally, but really it was like being medically healthy in my mind for the first time, at least in a very long time. And it was, of course, again, I had the recreational effects of it, as everybody does when they first take it, and it was the next day that really left the impact on me. It was the elevated mood, the energy levels were back. I was eating properly again. I was taking better care of myself. I wanted to go outside. I wanted to look after myself because of this medicine, because of this cannabis. So I really wanted to get off these antidepressants, and I was going to need something that was going to replace that. But I had tried, of course, going without antidepressants. You know, some people do very well with meditation. Some people can find that just self-help and self-care can be enough. But I needed something to replace the antidepressants, as they were stabilizing me but numbing me, and I needed to enjoy life again, because during COVID, as pretty much all of us did, we took a nosedive with our mental health. I certainly did. And yeah, so I was getting no joy out of life. I was completely exhausted with all medications and all options really for myself, and was becoming desperate. And I thought, you know what, I have to go for this. I have to pursue this for my health. If I'm ever going to get my life back, if I'm ever going to try and start making money again for my family, I have to start looking after myself. I have to find something that's going to help me do that, and medical cannabis was the one. Now, of course, the stigma in the UK is still a thing. You know, there is still calls to have it banned further, to have it to make it even more criminal than it already is. They say you get paranoid taking cannabis. I don't get paranoid taking cannabis anymore. When I did take it, I would feel paranoia, and it would take me a while to realize that that paranoia was just my anxieties over the fact that if I'm caught with this, I could be in big trouble and a lot of things could be ruined for me in the future. It is a medicine. It is something that the world has already started to move on from and start to already see the benefits of legalizing or decriminalizing in their country, and we need to follow. But again, that's what this channel is going to be about. I'm going to be talking about why I want the UK law to be changed, what you can do to help support that, what I'm going to try and do to help support that, and maybe give some information along the way to help others. So if you did like this video, then feel free to leave a like and maybe be the first subscriber to the channel. That would be great. And remember to love yourselves today, everyone. Take care. See you later.